All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sports Dom coming back with another video. And the Buffalo Sabres get destroyed in Boston. Riley Stillman made his debut and he was hitting, but unfortunately, the Sabres were not. And they lose 7-1 to the Boston Bruins at the Garden. Let's recap it. So, goals Buffalo 1, Boston 7. Shots, Buffalo 27, Boston 42. Block shots, Buffalo 8, Boston 13. Hits, Buffalo 22, Boston 27. So they were hitting later in the game, but uh Riley Stillman made his presence felt right off the bat as he came out and started hitting Bruins, and his physical presence was felt immediately. Faceoffs, Buffalo 34, Boston 25. Penalty minutes, Buffalo 8, Boston 8. Power plays, Buffalo was 0 for 3, Boston 1 for 3. So let's recap this right now. And, oh yeah, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, he's not the guy. We need to move him. So, in the first period, no scoring in the first period. And then in the second period at 12:01, it was Boston's Dmitry Orlov, his sixth of the season on the power play, assisted by Hampus Lindholm, his 34th, and David Pasternak, his 39th, and it's 1-0 Boston. And then at 13:27, it was Boston's Jacob Luko, his second of the season, assisted by Brandon Carlo, his ninth, and Dmitry Orlov, his 20th. And after two, it's a 2-0 Bruins lead. And then in the third period, at 8:35, it was Boston's Pavel Zacha, his 16th of the season, assisted by David Krejci, his 35th, and David Pasternak, his second of the game, his 40th of the season. And it's a 3-0 Boston lead. And then at 14:44, it was Boston's David Pasternak, his 43rd of the season, assisted by David Krejci, his second of the game, 36th of the season, and Pavel Zacha, his 27th of the season, and it's a 4-0 Bruins lead. And at 15:40, it was Buffalo's Casey Middlestat, his 10th of the season, assisted by J.J. Peterka, his 13th, and Peyton Krebs, his 11th, and it's a 4-1 Boston lead. Boston's not done there. At 16:39, it was Boston's Patrice Bergeron, his 22nd of the season, shorthanded, assisted by Dmitry Orlov, his second of the game, 21st of the season, and Brandon Carlo, his second of the game, 10th of the season, and it's 5-1 Bruins. Casey Middlestat was our only goal scorer today, but I still feel we need to trade him. And then at 17:03, it was Boston's Connor Clifton, his fifth of the season, assisted by Garnett Hathaway, his ninth, and Charlie Coyle, his 21st. And it's 6-1 Bruins. And then at 19:08, an empty netter, Jacob Luko, his second of the game, his third of the season, assisted by Charlie Coyle, his second of the game, 22nd of the season, and Matt Grzelczyk, his 18th of the season, and it's 7-1 Boston. That would be your final. They got two empty net goals. Don Granato pulled Luukkonen when it was 3-0, and Boston scored an empty netter. But penalties in the first period, it was Boston's Connor Clifton at 18:54, 2 minutes for interference. Then in the second period at 5:31, it was Buffalo's Kyle Okposo, 2 minutes for roughing. And at 9:59, it was Boston's Brad Marchand, 2 minutes for high sticking. And at 9:59, it was Buffalo's Peyton Krebs, 2 minutes for high sticking. And then at 10:35, and even Rob Ray, Sabres color commentator, even said that this one was a bullshit call. At 10:35, it was Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen, 2 minutes for tripping. bullshit. And then in the third period, at 4:32, it was Boston's Brandon Carlo, 2 minutes for cross-checking. And at 10:50, it was Buffalo Zemgus Girgensons, 2 minutes for holding. And then at 16:09, it was Boston's Thomas Nosek, 2 minutes for hooking. So, a bad night for the Buffalo Sabres. All is not lost, though. 7-1. The Sabres lose to the Boston Bruins, but they get to rebound against Tampa on Saturday in a matinee at the KeyBank Center in downtown Buffalo. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't miss a video. Tomorrow is the NHL trade deadline, and I think the Buffalo Sabres need to make a few more trades. Bring some goal scorers in here and some defensemen who won't leave their freaking goaltender out to dry, because Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen was playing great the first 2 periods, and then in the third, it got away from Buffalo. But and we need a goaltender, so we need scoring, we need defense, and we need a goaltender. That's it. So, guys, comment, like, subscribe. I'm going to leave it here. Not a good night for the Buffalo Sabres. Not a good night for Sabres fans. They get their asses whipped by Boston 7-1. All I can say is go Sabres. Let's beat the Tampa Bay Lightning on Saturday.